What's up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time, of course, I'm taking a look at our boy DSP's podcast, where he said something and actually provided some analytics for his first week of DSP Reacts, and it's the first time he actually gave some concrete numbers. So, of course, I'm interested in that information because I've been saying for the week that this is just a dead channel. It's gonna be it's gonna be bad for Phil, and it looks like he's off to a very rough start if the numbers that he's quoting are actually accurate. So want to let the video play, and then I'll stop and give my thoughts on his analytics. And from what I heard, they're not good at all.
Parts of DSP versus the internet from Friday are now live, each one covering completely different topics that I reacted to. And 2 parts of my The Last of Us TV series react is also live, covering the first 3 episodes of the series. All right. This morning, part 4 of the react released. Tonight, I'm going to be filming my review of The Last of Us TV series episodes 4 and 5. Let me tell you something. 4 and 5 so far are my favorite episodes by far. This was a great story arc that tied together. It was a two episode part of the story that directly tied together. Definitely was good for watching back to back. I feel like if I had to watch part 4 and wait a week to watch episode 5, it would have been annoying. Actually being able to watch the 2 episodes together was perfect.
Actually, no, that's a bit annoying because what ends up happening is you just give way too much content to people. You just make it way too long. So if you're going to do 2 videos on this, okay, fine. And then post one week and then post the other a couple days later or a week later, it's fine. But of course, what's occurring here with Phil is that he's trying to catch up. And he's behind about 5 days. So instead of just starting initially or doing what most people do one every week, or actually should have just gave a quick synopsis of what he thought of the first 5 episodes and then start from scratch, do episode 5, and then every week, once a week after the show premieres, watch it and then give your thoughts. That's what most people do with React content. People don't care 3 or 4 days after the fact or a week or several weeks later. They want to get your reaction either right after the show or a day later max. That's what most people do. There's a good channel out there called Smokescreen that he used to do Game of Thrones content. He still does. But what he would do is he would do a lot of pre stuff of the show, which was really good. And then after the video premiered on HBO, he would then do a show afterwards. And then he'd give his thoughts, reactions, stuff like that. And then the next day he'll do kind of in-depth analysis. And it was great. That's what Phil needs to do here. But of course, he's not doing it because he just refuses to kind of just look at what other people do and learn from how they're doing it. So let's keep going.
So I cannot wait to film my review of it later tonight and release that for you tonight, roughly around 10 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? Tomorrow, Monday, will be part 5 of DSP versus the internet. And I'm also going to release tomorrow night my review of The Last of Us episode 6. Now, episode 6 comes out today. So I'm going to watch that later tonight with my wife. And then I'm going to do my review of it tomorrow. And that'll come out tomorrow night on DSP Reacts. Okay?
That's another thing, Phil. No one cares about old content. You did the react on Friday. Today is Sunday. You're not going to release it until tomorrow, portions of it. And I know what you're doing. You're essentially trying to stretch out that content so that you can say, hey, look, I'm giving you content every day. When you're actually not. It just shows that your show is way too long. So you either publish everything on Friday or you just cut back the show and don't make it as long, because no one's going to watch the 4th part of a react content that you did on Friday. The people that have actually watched it already watched it. They watched, either a restream of it or they saw it live. So you're not going to gain anything from it. I mean, if you look at your channel now and you look at the views on those videos, they're terrible. And from the initial episode, you get okay numbers. I mean, you're glad with 1,000 viewers. But everything after that, no one watches it. They watch the first one. They see, oh, okay, this is what it is. And it's just going to be more of the same thing. Why bother watch the other parts of it?
Then on Tuesday, the last episode of the DSP versus the internet will come out. And then there's going to be a couple days of a break. Wednesday and Thursday, there'll be no new content on DSP Reacts. Okay? But then this coming Friday, that's when we got the stream of DSP versus the internet, the next episode. All right. So it'll be exciting. 3 hours of reacting. And then again, every day I'll start trickling out the new parts of that show for the course of the week. Now, the other cool thing about this is that Saturday I've got the Pro Jared documentary that I'm reacting to. So now what I can do is I can balance a new episode of DSP versus the internet with a new part of the Pro Jared documentary every day. You see? So this week it was DSP versus the internet and the Last of Us reviews. Next week it'll be DSP versus the internet and the Pro Jared documentary. Oh, by the way, yes, when episode 7 of the Last of Us TV series comes out, I will be doing a review next Monday for it as well. You see?
And then you're gonna drip all that content little by little. Phil, no one, God, I'm trying to be nice here. No one cares. No one wants to watch a react video 4 days later of something you did on Friday. The same thing with the Pro Jared thing. If you're gonna make the Pro Jared video, just publish one video and get out. Don't chop it up into 5 or 6 pieces. No one's going to watch that. And I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make it seem like you're providing all this extra content on your channel when you're actually not. It's one show and you're just cutting it up into pieces and making people wait. That's another thing. On top of that, that's pretty crappy, being that you're asking people, you're asking for your main source of income for this channel to be memberships. That's like you paying for HBO Max, right? Paying for the $10 cheap one and watching ads, right? You wouldn't do that, right, Phil? Because you wouldn't want to be, you wouldn't want someone gatekeeping the content for you, right? So you pay the additional $6 and avoid ads, right? So how do you think your members feel that they have to wait days for you to publish stuff that you've already published, that you already created on Friday? You see what I'm saying? What you need to do is you just need to cut it back. There's no reason why you need to cut that Pro Jared thing that you're doing into 5 or 6 parts. It should be 1 part or 2 parts, and you should just cut it back. There's no need that it takes you 5 hours to react to a 90-minute video. It should take you 2 hours. Literally 2 hours. 90 minutes of the video, and then 30 minutes of your commentary. And that's it.
So there you go. There's a lot of content over there. You may not realize it, but I'm releasing a ton of content on DSP Reacts. If you're not...
Again, no, you're not. What you're doing is you're parsing out the work and you're just trickling it out. It's the same content. You're just trickling it out into smaller pieces. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the views on separate videos so that you can get additional ad revenue.
You know, interested? That's fine. But if you haven't been paying attention to the channel, you're missing out. It's youtube.com/@DSPReacts. Okay? I hope you give it a look. And again, if you like that content, the best way to support that channel, very simply, subscribe to it. If you subscribe to DSP Reacts, you can watch all the content. You get notified on all the videos going out. If you want to go an extra step, become a member. Memberships are the main support level I get over there. All right? I don't get a lot of ad revenue, if any, over there. Why? Because a lot of that React content gets claimed by YouTube because it's all content I'm reacting to already. People own the rights to it. But the memberships are going to be consistent support for that channel. And if you're a member, you get the ability to nominate the videos that I watch every Friday on DSP versus the internet. So why on earth wouldn't you become a member, right? So please consider it, all right? Cool. All right, I mean, that's a lot going on. What I've been doing the last couple of days, I now have, just like I put up my schedule on Twitter and on the main channel page, community page of DSP Gaming, I have a separate schedule that I'm posting up every day on the community page of DSP Reacts. So now people know exactly what videos are coming out what day. I hope people are finding use of that. You know, right now, just so you guys know, just in the last week, 1 week again, only 1 week that this channel has been in effect, all right, we've gotten, hold on.
Okay, this is the critical part. This is where you actually give us raw numbers. And of course, they're they're going to be overinflated. He's going to round up, but that's fine. We'll use those numbers and I'll provide some commentary based on those numbers.
Hold on. Over 1,300 subscribers who've joined the channel. We've got...
Okay, you guys all know the first day that he did his video, he had roughly about 800 people on his on his stream, that first stream, because he didn't have any ban filters or whatever. The vast majority of those, I'm going to say at least 90% of those, were trolls, were detractors. Because I was on that stream, everyone saw it, it was just nothing. And then you had Phil's normal crowd of 200 or 300 people, right? And the rest were just detractors. You had to be a sub to comment on the video, and that's why people sub. That's why he got that 1,000 number. But he only essentially just got the dents that were on the DSP gaming before they moved over, and he had about 300 to 400 viewers, and those are the actual numbers he has. He's gonna know that it's gonna dip because people are gonna be, once they get banned, they're gonna unsub to his channel. So in actuality, he got about 400 subs.
Get this, over 40,000 views. Yeah, that channel, between the streams and the few videos that I've released on the channel in a week, 40,000 views is really good.
40,000 views is not good. I'm a content creator. I have close to 9,500 subs. I put out 6 to 8 videos a day, right? And I get 40,000 views in a day. If you total up all my views, on average, I get between 38 and 45,000 views, right? So I know specifically how much money that is, right? So let's just say that Phil's saying the truth and he got $40,000 for 40,000 views for 40,000 views. Now okay, so I'm going to preface this with the fact that a lot of his stuff got claimed, so he's not making any ad revenue. But let's just give him the benefit of the doubt and say that, okay, no, he didn't get anything claimed or whatever. Just on raw numbers, let's say the 40,000 views, he's going to make about $125. That's going to be his ad revenue. Based on CPM, it's anywhere between 125 and 150, depending on how many people actually take the 30 seconds and watch an ad, right? But for argument's sake, it's going to say it's about $125 to $150. That's what you get for 40,000 views. For AdSense. That's what you get, and I know because I monetize. So let's just be conservative and say, excuse me, Phil got $125, right, for 40,000 views. So he made $125. That's not taking into account the videos that have been claimed, which, based on what Phil is saying, a vast majority of them have been claimed. So even if you half that, right, which is being conservative, Phil probably made about $60 in ad revenue for this week. Okay, so yeah, those are the numbers. Let's see what else he has to say. Oh, by the way, the 40,000 views is for a week. If you times that out by the month, he'll get about 160,000 views a month, which is it's terrible. He gets about 650,000 on DSP gaming, and that's because he has all that old crap that people actually go in there and watch, right? So he gets about 650,000 views to 700,000 views a month, right? My channel makes about 1.3 million views a month. So he's going to be happy with 160,000 views a month on this DSP React channel. That's not going to garner him anything. He may make, if he's making like say $100 a week, he's going to make about $300 to $400 in ad revenue. So he needs to change his format, or he needs to do something different, because that ad revenue is going to be very terrible for him. So when he sits here and he says, "Oh, it's very successful and it's great," don't buy it. Don't buy it. He's just essentially trying to prop up the stream, prop up his channel to make it seem like it's a hip. Everyone loves it. It's awesome. Come be a member. When the numbers don't support that. So he's going to talk about members next. We'll get into that.
Okay, I'm pleased with that. If I can consistently get a few people to become a new member every week, which I hope I can. If people continue to show up and support the live streams, and if I continue to put out consistent content over there, all right? Well, the way I see it is that DSP Reacts can become a very important supplemental part of my business strategy, all right? This thing basically is an experiment for me. I'm curious because you guys have been telling me for how many years that you need to do React content. This is important. This is big. It's what everyone does on YouTube.
By the way, this isn't an experience. This is a money grab. He's trying to see if he can make more money. So instead of, making it seem like some experience and some, a project that he's trying to do, he should just be honest and say, this is a way for him to supplement his income.
And the fact that you're not doing it, you're missing out. The fact that you're only making gameplay leaves you in the past. You need to change for the better for the future. So I've listened to all of your feedback on this, right? And that's why I really thought hard about how to do it. And, you know, that's why I'm launching multiple different shows on the channel and everything. It's looking like if I can get people to consistently watch the content, become members, and support the streams, this will be a huge part of my overall business and support. And that's great, because what'll happen is at times when things are slow with gaming, people will still be watching the React content. And hell, I might get a whole new audience who care more about the React and the gaming stuff. And now I got two audiences, right? And that's important. That's important to diversify, right? A lot of YouTubers have done this where they really started hard working on one type of content. They got popular for it, but then over time they branched out to do others, and now they have multiple ventures going on all at once, right? So
yeah, you would normally call those greedy scumbags. That's what you would do, and you've probably said that in the past, Phil. Oh, they're making so much money doing gameplay. Why would they want to do React content? Why would they want to double dip? They're so greedy. Why? It's just more ad revenue, and it's just more product placement. It's just more shilling. That's what you would say, Phil, right? Right?
That's a great thing. And thank you to those who have supported. I can already tell you, I know for a fact there's been at least a few more people who become members this week. I'm not exactly 100% sure how many. In fact, I haven't really checked. I think there's like 3 or 4 new members. I can try to double check now. Let's see. I think we're just under 50 members. The last time I checked, we're just under 50 members over on DSPReacts. And it can only get better. Like, seriously, in time, it can only get better.
Okay, I have the numbers because I've been following this crap. He has 46 members. Of those 46 members, 35 members were gifted on the first day. 35 members. So next month, those 35 members are going to drop. So essentially March 12th, around March 11th, March 12th, he's going to lose 35 members from DSPReacts. So that's going to leave him a total of 11 members. 11 members. So what does 11 members get you? I believe 2 of them are super supporters. So let's just say that's what, 40 bucks. 40 bucks. And then that leaves what, 9? That leaves 9 members at what, 4 bucks? 9. Let's see here. So 9 times 4 bucks is $36, right? Plus, excuse me, plus 40 bucks is $76. So he's getting $76 for 11 members. Now you take away YouTube's cut of that, which is 30%, and Phil is going to be making about 54 bucks on memberships next month. That's if he doesn't increase his memberships, right? But let's just go based on what he has right now. Let's say he has 46 members. Two of them are super supportive members, right? Okay, so at least 44 at 4 bucks, which is $176, right? And then you add the 40 bucks plus 40. So he should be making about $216 in memberships this week, right? Minus YouTube's cut. So it's 64 bucks. So he is looking at roughly 152 bucks. So Phil is going to be making his YouTube check next month for February is going to be 150 bucks for memberships and about 100 bucks for ad revenue. And that's being generous. So Phil's going to walk away with about $250 more for his business next month. Now, that doesn't account for what he's losing with DSP Gaming. Like we already know, his DSP Gaming channel has been suffering, and a lot of it is attributed to the time he's wasting on this channel. So I personally think it's going to be a wash. He's going to end up being a wash, or probably being more in the negative. So when you look at his total income for next month, for February, it's going to be less than what he would have made just doing strictly DSP Gaming. And I envision that being the same for every month coming. And I actually have a bet with Profit and a few other folks. They think it's a month or two before he gives up on this. No, he won't do that. He'll wait to the end of the year. And then once he sees that he made no money or made a little bit of money and he put all this effort, as he claims, he's going to come and say he's rebranding for 2024. And what he's going to do now is he's going to have a one-stop shop where you can get React content, game content on DSP Gaming, because the focus should be DSP Gaming. That's what he's going to do. And what he's not going to tell you is DSP React channel took away from DSP Gaming and he ended up in the negative, and he actually ended up doing quote unquote more work than what it paid off. He didn't get the buy-in, and that's what's going to happen. So I'm glad he actually provided some numbers. So 40,000 views, which is garbage, and his memberships at around roughly 46 members. Yeah, wait till next month when that 35 member bomb drops, and he'll be hovering at 10 to 15 members. And of course, he said he's not going to be doing any rewards. He's not going to be doing any member drives. He's not going to, do what he does for DSP Gaming. So that 35 members will drop in March, around March 11th, March 12th. And he's going to have to change his tune and basically start begging for member bombs and maybe doing reward for DSPReacts. That's the only way the channel can survive. And what he's going to do is he's just going to irritate the dents over on DSP Gaming, because you can tell they're not really that interested in his content. Some of them will support it and come out and view it and stuff like that, but the vast majority can care less. And he's not going to get anyone outside of DSP Gaming to even bother look at that channel. It's essentially just going to be a secondary channel for dents, and most of them really don't care. And I envision this failing miserably. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.